Hey guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to another video. Now, on this video, guys, I want to go ahead and give you what I call the blueprint to leveling up your money in 2023. I want to talk about really four distinct areas that you guys can take advantage of in 2023 to be better with your money, to sort of lay a foundation with your money. And so I want to talk about that, how to level up in 2023 in terms of personal finances and really get your financial life together. And this is for beginners, right? But it's also for people that may be more seasoned, right? You might be in the middle of your money journey. You might be towards the end of your money journey. It's always good to get good information. And you can always share this video with somebody that may need this information, right? So I want to give you four steps, four main areas of how to get your financial life together in 2023. Let's jump into it. Now, and by the way, let me say this. If you follow these things that I'm going to give you, four steps for managing and controlling your money and leveling up in 2023, you're going to get a measure of wealth. Okay. Now, wealth is not always just cash, right? Wealth could be peace of mind, stress free, whatever it is. You're going to get a measure of wealth if you follow these steps that I'm going to give you, these things I'm going to give, these nuggets I'm going to drop to you guys about how to level up in 2023. Number one, let's jump right into it. Number one, you have to begin to change the way you think. Okay, your mindset around money. This is first for a reason. I put this at the top in the beginning for a very, very, very specific reason. You got to start thinking in a way that allows you to have the possibility to grow wealth, to grow money, to manage money in a better way. Okay. So, what are your goals with money? What's in your mind? What's your vision about where you should be with your money and your future in terms of personal finances? What's stopping you from growing money? Now, let me say this, guys. I'm not going to give you any miracle water in this particular video. I'm not going to give you any um, signs and wonders and things that are out in pie in the sky. I'm gonna give you practical things to do. And the very first practical thing you can do if you want to be better with money is to rethink how you've been thinking about money. Because really, where you are right now in your financial life, your personal financial life, where you are with money is really a reflection of how you've thought about money all of your life leading up to today. However you thought about money, it's going to reflect in what you have in terms of money. Because if you didn't think, okay, so everything starts in the mind first, right? Everything you see came about from the mind, right? How a person thinks. Somebody had to think of this microphone. Somebody had to think of the computer or your cell phone or the chip that allowed you to watch this video and to check your email at the same time. Everything you look at and see started in the mind. The same concept applies to your money. So, where you are in terms of not having money, having a lot of money, having an emergency fund, not having all of that had to be created in your brain first. So, how you think is very, very vital, right? It's crucial. And so, I start with developing a new mindset around money, right? Don't worship money. Use money as a tool or see money as a tool. Understand that money doesn't have to be complicated. It don't have to be a bunch of zeros tickering across the screen, at the bottom of CNN and it's showing the stock updates. No, you don't have to. Money does not have to be that complicated, especially personal finance, right? You have to understand what is your tolerance for risk with money. Are you very tolerant? Are you not so tolerant with money? So there's a lot of things you got to think about, and it starts in the mind. You got to begin in 2023 to take in new information about money, listening to YouTube channels, listening to podcasts, reading new books. Commit yourself to maybe a book a month or a book a week about personal finance. Because ultimately, guys, the reason you want to begin to think about money is because you want to begin to develop your own philosophy with money. You don't have to think like Robert Kiyosaki. You don't have to think like Dave Ramsey, right? Those are options, but they're not the main thing that you have. You have to develop your own philosophy with money. So in 2023, consider taking in new information and being able to develop your own philosophy with money, how you think about money. It's going to dictate ultimately how you behave with money and talk about money. Spend time having conversations about money. Join personal finance groups, but you need new information to connect new dendrites in your brain about money. You need new information to begin to formulate new thought patterns about money. Because if you keep thinking the way you've been thinking about money prior to 2023, you're going to look up and it's going to be 2033 and you're going to have exactly what you have right now. And for some of you, that's cool. That's great. But for some of you, you need to you need to pivot in terms of your thinking. So the way you think is the first thing that you got to do, right? Again, thinking drives your behavior. Um, just like your philosophy about anything drives your behavior, right? Your philosophy about relationships drives how your relationships turn out. Your philosophy about food, about exercise, about running or not running, going to the gym or not going to the gym. The end result after 20, 30, 40, 50 years of how you thought about it is what ultimately is going to show in your body, in your behavior. So it's all about the philosophy first. This is where you got to start thinking about your vision with money. What do you want to see by December of 2023? Your vision, your goals that you're going to have with money. And then not just vision and goals, but also how what you plan to do, the action steps that you plan to do to reach those goals that's going to reach that vision. So all of these things take place in your mind. So you got to develop your own philosophy about money. And I'm live on a couple of places, guys. So you might find me checking comments and so forth down here. So let me do this. Boom. Had to throw somebody out. Perfect. All right. Cool. All right. Hey, thumbs up. Good to see you guys in here. Appreciate you. So number one is right here. And it's right here for a reason. This is where you got to start in terms of changing your personal finances, changing or making some pivots in what you do. Now, again, we're going to go over four of these things that's going to get you on the right track for 2023 and beyond. But these four things, they're in order for a reason. Number one is number one for a reason. And number two and three, or two and three for a reason. And number four comes last for a reason. So hang in there with me, guys. Hey, by the way, if you are watching on YouTube, smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're not a subscriber, turn on your notifications. So every time I go live or I put out a video, you get it. And then share this video with somebody, guys, as well. And feel free to drop a comment, by the way, because I respond to 95% of all the comments that I get on YouTube. Some of them I got to block because some people are just flat out crazy, as all of us know, right? But for most of them, I respond to most comments that I get on my YouTube videos, guys. So let's jump in to number two. The second way or second thing you need to do, these are all four things you got to do to level up in 2023 with your money. Number two is what I like to call money mainstays. Now, a mainstay is the most important part of something, right? So the mainstay, your money mainstay, is the most important part of your money. And what it is what you currently have. Your mainstay. What do you have? What's your main thing you currently have in terms of money? And typically that mainstay is your job or your income, what you currently have, right? What do you currently have, right? And so your mainstay is sort of the cornerstone, the centerpiece of what you actually have to work with right now. What are you working with right now? And I say that because a lot of people they don't they want to focus on what they don't have, right? They want to focus on what they want and what they don't have, and either it's complaining or it's wishing. And so what I'm telling you guys with this step is you got to focus on what you currently have at your disposal to use on your behalf in terms of finances, right? So your job, your monthly income, your monthly flow of cash, whatever that may be, are you maximizing all the opportunities at your job, at your current job? Are you maximizing these opportunities right now? You know, um, in other words, or your business, if you have a business, what are the opportunities for growth or for increase at your current job with your current income? Are there bonuses or pay raises that you could be eligible for, but you're not eligible for because you fell out of favor with a supervisor, or you got two strikes against you, or you got some strike against you because you came in late? What are you doing right now with the opportunity you currently have, right? Are you taking advantage of all of that that's at your disposal right now? Are you are you contributing to your job's retirement plan, 401k or 403b? Are you taking advantage? You know, um, are you getting the match to your 401k or your 403b? What is the healthcare plan at your current job? What's the dental plan? When's the last time you walked into your current job right now and talked to the HR people about the life insurance they offer? Right. So a lot of people leave stuff on the table that they currently have access to take advantage of building their or building their wealth or their money or managing them. They leave stuff on the table. You working a job and been there 3 years and you making $25 an hour, but you haven't been putting in towards the 401k, right? You're leaving stuff on the table that's available to you right now. And what I want you to do in 2023 is begin to take advantage of the things that are available to you and that are out there for you, that are right there within your grasp, but you're not grasping it. It's right there. So, you know, do you understand the investment vehicles at your job? In other words, your job may have a 401k, you may or may not be in it, putting 2%, 3%, 10%. But do you understand what they actually invest in your 401k? Do you understand what they actually put the money towards in your 401k? Do you understand it? Do you have the brochures? Have you visited your job's HR site online to really go through it? You would be surprised at how many people I talk to on a regular basis that don't know what their job's 401k is. Don't know if they have a 401k or don't have a 401k. Don't know what type of investments the 401k is and not in. So there are so many things that are at your disposal right now that you could be taking advantage of, but you're not. So I want you to take advantage of those things at wherever you work. Do you know your job's history, the company's mission? Do you know what it takes to get a bonus or maybe even to get a promotion at your current job where you are? I mean, do you know what your rating was last time your supervisor rated you and what you can do to make that rating better? What I'm trying to give you guys here is a blueprint. I'm trying to give you a foundation of how to become better with your money. And part of becoming better with your money is being more aware of what surrounds you and what is within. This is all low hanging fruit, right? To change your mind, going back to step one, to change your mind is a low hanging fruit. Everything you need is in almost free to do that. And when you look at this second step, checking out your money mainstays, what you currently have, that's free. It don't cost no money to go to the HR's website and say, "Hey, can I go ahead and enroll in the 403b or the 401k? Can I enroll in that?" That's free. It costs you nothing to do this. So think about the money mainstays. What do you have around you? What types of things can you access and take advantage of right now with the current job you have or current income you have? Stop leaving your mainstays on the table. There's things there that you could pick up and do. So get the absolute most out of your current source of income. Um, hey, if you can't manage and maintain and get the most out of $20 per hour, then what happens when you get that job making $60 an hour or 40 or $50 an hour? If you can't manage the $20 an hour, you're gonna have a problem with the $40 an hour. So you want to take advantage of what's within your grasp in 2023. Stop leaving stuff on the table that you should be taking advantage of. So, number three, the third thing, I'm gonna give you four of these now. The third thing that you should be doing to level up in 2023 with your personal finances is you need to be looking at how you manage your money. Now, this one right here could be arguably the most important, but remember they're in order here, right? First was how you think. The second is taking advantage of what you got and taking care of what you got. And the third is managing what you have, managing, being a good steward over your financial affairs. And a steward is just a manager. That's all it is. So management, and this may be the hardest thing to do for a lot of people because it takes discipline to manage your finances well. And unfortunately, for a lot of us, I'm a part of that. A lot of us, it's difficult to have the discipline to manage our money well. So to be a good steward over what you got, what are some of the strategies for managing your money? Right, taking control of your spending, taking control of your expenses, telling your money what to do, not letting your money boss you around and tell you what to do. Consistency, discipline, delayed gratification. Consistency over and over, discipline, doing it when you don't want to do it, delayed gratification. If you knowing what your wants and needs are, if you don't need it right now, wait 30 days, knowing what your wants and needs are, delayed gratification. There's really six pieces of this. I'm gonna throw these things at you. One, you got this is about money management. One, you got to have an emergency plan. Things are going to happen. Things are going to come up. The way you make sure you're not a victim of the payday loan place that's at the strip mall down the street, the way you make sure that you're not one of those victims that have to go in there and get a payday loan at 25% interest is you have an emergency plan. So if something goes wrong, you have the means to actually take care of it. Now, you can do an emergency plan with one lump sum when you get your tax money back in February, March in 2023, put it all towards your emergency money. Or you can just do it steadily, automatically. Every time you get paid, take 50 bucks out of your check, 75 bucks, 150 bucks, put it towards an emergency plan. Over the next year and a half, 2 years, you will have built up money that in case something goes wrong, the tire breaks, tire blows out, or something crazy happens, you can fix it, right? You got to have an emergency plan. Number two, you got to have a budget. You got to tell your money what to do. You got to know what's coming in. You got to know what's going out. You have to be the dictator, the CEO, the CFO, Chief Financial Officer, telling your money what to do, when to do it, how to do it. I don't care if it's a spreadsheet. I don't care if it's a notebook. I've done 300 plus. I don't know the exact number now, but 300 plus budgets in a row since 1992. I know some of you saying you're crazy. 92? Was it 92? 92 when I moved out on my own. 1992. I've been doing a budget every single month, written budget. Up until 2019, they was written on a piece of notebook paper, in notebooks, right? After 1992, after 2019, I put them on a Google spreadsheet, right? So, and you know what? Through those years, my net worth went from negative $30,000 in the year 2000 to nearly seven figures right now today. I organize. I tell my money what to do, and I've been doing it consistently over a long, long, long period of time. Now, I don't say that to brag. I say that to say that's what when you start to organize and you know what's coming in, and you can't fix something unless you know what's going on with it, right? So you can't fix your money unless you know what you have and you know what you spend. And once you figure those out, now you know what you have left over to save, to invest, to put towards emergency, to buy the Christmas gifts, whatever. But you got to get organized with it. Number three, the third part of managing your money is figuring out what your net worth is on a regular basis. Your assets minus liabilities, just like a business, right? A business has to know what their assets are, what their liabilities are. I think they call that a balance sheet. You got to have your own balance sheet. Next to that tab that has your monthly budget, go ahead and make a tab for net worth and calculate your net worth twice a year. Maybe in 2023, when you start the year, you want to say, oh, my net worth is $10,000. I want to have my net worth at $25,000 by the end of the year. Set a goal for yourself that's specific and is measurable. Now, the fourth thing is debt. You got to attack debt, right? Especially the debt, primarily the debt that's on depreciating assets. If the assets are going up in value, like your home or a piece of real estate, then cool. Okay. You don't have to attack it. But any debt that's pulling from you, pulling from your monthly payment, you should be attacking or at least have a plan to attack that debt. The other piece to money management is are things like life insurance. Um, I don't care if it's term, I don't care if it's whole, I don't care if it's variable, I don't care if it's universal. I prefer term, but guess what? Any life insurance is better than no life insurance. So I'm not going to trip on which one you have. We can debate that all day and all night. I like term, I like whole life. Here's why. All that don't really matter necessarily. It matters to an extent, right? Because I do like term. But the most important thing is just have some. Just have some life insurance. I don't care what type it is necessarily, but to have it. Some is better than none. The other piece of that number three, money management, is you have to be able to give. Make sure you include some type of giving in your management of your money. Whether it's, on your budget, some I don't care if it's $20 a month. I don't care if it's just helping somebody out that you know. I don't care if it's buying some hats at Walmart and taking it down to the homeless shelter. Uh, you know, 10 times a year. I don't care what it is, right? But you got to make sure that you employ some giving in your money management because that's a really important piece to it. I don't want to go too deep with that in this video. So, money management could be the most important piece to this whole thing that we're talking about. Okay. Now, number four, the fourth thing, the fourth and final thing, and there's a reason why it's final. There's a reason why it's at the end. But the fourth thing is what I call money multipliers. Now, this is where this piece of what you want to do in 2023 is where you begin to add to your income, right? You increase your income somehow. But here's the kicker. Don't go to step 4 trying to increase your income if you haven't taken care of steps 3, steps 2, and steps 1. Let me explain what I'm saying by that. I talk to people literally almost every single day who want to start a business, who really want to start investing their money and really going all out and investing, and they want to get into crypto and they want to get into, they want to go get into real estate. Here's the kicker, right? You don't want to get into something like that, investments, if you don't have the foundation laid for the other things in terms of the other things that I mentioned. Taking care of what you currently have, managing the money that you have, creating a budget, having an emergency plan, having the right mindset, taking full advantage of what you already have, low-hanging fruit at your job or wherever your source of income. If you ain't doing all that, don't go out and get a business. Don't start a business, right? So let me just continue here. I kind of got off on a tangent. I apologize, guys. And I see, all right, appreciate it, guys. I see somebody made a comment. Okay, so um, but this is where you focus on. Now, money multipliers is where you focus on the side gig, right? It's where you invest above and beyond the match at your job. Let me slow down there. The match at your job, you get that already back in step 2. All right. But anything beyond the match that you want to invest in, wait until here on this step 4 after you've gotten all the other things together, right? This is where you invest in appreciating assets, real estate, things like it's the fun part, right? You want to build a side gig, you want to do some things online to build some money up or have some type of extra income, right? Now that you have the right mindset, right? Now that you are taking care of the money, now that you're managing your financial life better, now you can start to do the fun stuff, right? Now you can bring in this extra money and start to investigate how can you actually increase your money, right? Start the business, do the online business, whatever it takes. Get those multiple streams of income. I'm not against multiple streams of income. I'm all for it. Matter of fact, I just finished doing 2 voiceover jobs just 30 minutes ago or a little while ago. I did some voiceover. So I do voiceover work and I get extra money. I do a lot of different things to get extra money, and that's okay to get extra money, but have that foundation together first, right? I want you to monetize your gifts, whatever your talent is, whatever your purpose on this planet is outside of your 9 to 5 job. I want you to do that. I think it's important to do that, but I think it's important to do it at the right time when you got some of the other things together. So like I said, I talk to people all day long and they really want to start their business. They really want to do this, but they got a poor foundation, right? They want to try to build a real strong, solid business on a weak foundation. You can't build a real strong, solid business side gig on a weak foundation because here's what's going to happen. Something's going to happen in your personal life because you don't have all your personal life money together. Something's going to happen that's going to require to drain your resources from this solid business that you have. So now you got to pull money from your solid business instead of hiring people and putting more money into the business. You got to take that money and go pay for something that you should already had stored up because you had a big emergency and didn't have an emergency fund. So you're trying to build something strong on something weak, and it calls for a lot more potential problems, right? Can it be done? Sure, it can be done, but you want to try to eliminate as many risks as you can as you begin to build a business or start to get side gigs and make extra money, right? Having more money won't necessarily solve your problems if you're not able to take care of the money that you currently have. If you fumble $40,000 a year, you're going to fumble $80,000 a year, and then you're going to fumble $200,000 a year. So don't fumble the 40. I'm trying to get you to build the foundation so your $40,000 job is solid and it's super solid. And not just the job, but your $40,000 income, whatever that income may be, is solid. Having the right mindset, taking advantage of what you currently have at your disposal, managing and being a good steward over your financial money. If you do all that, and that don't take long, that don't have to take 5 years, that don't have to take a year, that don't even have to take 3 or 4 months, right? If you really get it together, it might just take you a month or two or 3 or 4 before you can really jump heavy into bringing in that extra income. That's how you level up in 2023, right? Again, I'm not a person that comes on this YouTube channel and talk about pie in the sky. I want to talk about doing basic things that anybody can do from a beginner standpoint to a person that's at the end of the rope and have all their money stuff together, right? Either way can benefit from the type of things that I like to talk about on this channel. So listen, that's what I want to do in this video, guys, is give you those 4 steps to really pull it together in 2023. I offer one-on-one personal financial coaching and mentoring. I also offer a free 15-minute phone call to anybody. Because everybody's situation is slightly different, right? Personal finance is personal. You give me a call, and I have these all the time, every day. You give me a call. We jump on the call. We talk for 15, 20 minutes, and we figure out, am I a good fit for you? Am I the type of person that can help you get to where you want to go in terms of your financial goals? And sometimes I'll walk people if they don't know exactly what they want. We got to figure that out first. So I offer free conversations for anybody. And so my information is going to be below. Check this video out on YouTube. Drop me a comment. I'll respond to them. But listen, it's 2023. We know, and I've talked about this on other videos, things may get tight for a lot of people in terms of interest rates increasing, the potential for unemployment to possibly go up as these interest rates starts to restrict the economy and restrict people from spending like we had been spending. So with those things happening, you have to be prepared in 2023. There may be some things happening and brewing in the background that we don't know about that is going to make things tougher. It's going to make jobs less plentiful, right? So listen, do me a favor, drop that comment below. If you got a comment, what did you take from the video? And I always end every single video with this, guys. The best person to take care of the old you is the young you. Take care of yourself. Take care of other people. And until the next video, peace.